Hi everybody, I'm Mairead Smialek and I'm here with my managing broker, Ellen O'Day, and we're here to talk about the market. You know, there's a lot of fear and uncertainty, and what we really want to do is just inform our clients about what's really going on, factual data in the market. So tell me your thoughts about the market, Ellen.
Florida's very specific, but right now, to give a brief explanation, I would say the markets are cooling. Everything seems to be calming down. I think that we can say we're stable right now. We would like to see a little change in the interest rates, but I think we can all sort of let our arms down and it's stabilizing.
The same amount of homes we're selling last year as they are right now. The real change and shift in the market is that buyers have more choices. And you know, when you think back to COVID, when buyers didn't have those choices and they were waiving appraisals and waiving inspections, now they actually have the opportunity to buy a house and do their due diligence, which is so important.
Agreed.
You know? And my mindset has always been, you know, when the stock market's low, that's an opportunity to buy. And the same with the housing market. And, you know, which leads me to my next question. Like, where do you think there's opportunity right now for a buyer coming to Florida where they can really get a better deal?
I will say that when it comes to luxury, you need that probably more now because international buyers love the deals on the condos. The sellers want to move inland. So there's just a lot of really good opportunity for buyers right now. Yeah, absolutely. But for the sellers, it's got to be very price specific. Yeah. We are in a market where we have to have essential advocates like the Maireads that can make sure that you're priced appropriately. Days on the market have moved to 82%. Our inventory is up 28%, single family homes competing with new construction. So somebody needs to really be able to dive in to what's happening in the market, to leverage that information, to be able to prepare the buyer and the seller to make sure everybody has a smooth transaction.
And the condo market specifically, I find that, you know, they're all being lumped together, and that's really not fair because some of the condos that we see that are listed, even on the Barrier Islands, have, you know, great structural engineering reports, their reserves are in great shape. But as a whole, I think buyers have opportunity because they can't disseminate that information and they can't figure out what's a good opportunity and what's a bad opportunity. And we recently have some reform, you know, in our government that's allowing some sort of, you know, relief.
It's actually passed last week. It's HB 913. It was passed by our government, and what it means for the condos, they had to have the structurals done by December of 2025. This was extremely taxing on condo owners and also on boards that were trying to make these things happen. But starting in July 1st of 2025, they're going to make it so that you take care of the most, like the roofs, the most critical things that are wrong with these condominiums, and then pause for 2 years to be able to build the reserves back up. But I can say what the international market loves about that is that they don't need them. They're great that they're doing the structural engineering, but now they're buying these condos that they can redo, that they can renovate to their taste and really get a great deal to be able to afford that luxury. So it's really a great time. I mean, I can't say that enough.
What concerns you long term? Is it the market? Is it, you know, anything in particular that you can think about?
One of the largest concerns that I have is we have thousands and thousands of agents in Sarasota, Manatee. And our office sells from North Bradenton all the way down to Naples, and we have many offices throughout Florida. I'm going to urge everybody that one of my biggest concerns is having someone that's just not qualified, that they're going to try to negotiate themselves into your life and use your opportunities as a marketing tool. Please use those people that are essential to you, whether you're a buyer or a seller, is to have the quality that Mairead has, that she consistently brings. You know, a person that's been here for 7 years is in the top 50 out of 9,000. She meets all the criteria. So I think please be careful, interview carefully, because if you don't, buyer and seller are going to have a bad experience, and I deal with that on a daily basis. So that's my biggest concern.
Let's talk about the buyer-broker agreement and what the challenges are right now and why it's essential that we use it.
So it's essential because it is required by law. The National Association of Realtors has required that you get it signed, number one. Number two, you have to have an essential advocate, and that person's there to protect you. Interviewing the right agents, interviewing them, asking the right questions, but trying to not have an advocate at this time without the market knowledge, without the strategic negotiation, without experience can be very detrimental to the buyer. We've got thousands of agents in Sarasota that do not understand it. We are not one of those offices, however. So please make sure you're explaining it clearly to the client. I know Mairead does, but
Well, and I would say this, this went into effect last August. I have yet to have one of my clients who are purchasing property pay commission. And when I go on listing appointments, I say to the seller, listen, we are in a buyer's market. So what does that mean? If you want the most exposure, you need to be paying that buyer's agent to come through and bring your clients through the door. So, if you explain it the way the market conditions are right now, it really isn't an issue. It really hasn't changed much. It's just really just made us more professional,
Right.
and buyers have choices, and you need to be able to defend your value. And it's easy if you do a good job to do that.
When you engage in a relationship with a realtor, when you sign that agreement for whatever period of time, other agents may encourage you to sign a second one. I'm going to discourage that because it could leave you completely exposed and paying 2 commissions.
Yeah.
You need to interview. Well, interviewing the agent is critical. Once you've interviewed them and you trust them, and they're your advocate, they're your person, and that's essential. If we don't know the market as a buyer's agent or a listing agent, if we don't know it and understand pricing, we're hurting both parties.
Yeah.
So set the expectations up front and the results will be great. Don't set the expectations up front, the results will speak to that.
Yeah, I think with all of the changes with the buyer-broker agreement and all of the knowledge that we need to have with new legislation requiring new condo riders and such, you really do have to have an informed agent. So thank you.
You're welcome. I love doing them. You're doing a great job. Congratulations on your rankings.
Thank you. If you have any questions about this video, you can find our contact details below, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.